I just had to make sure that my stream was working, that I wasn't dropping frames like it does randomly throughout the days, and for some reason, half of my crap just decided to play out loud. I am going to do a run through Wishland first and hopefully get some more formulas, because I want to try to get all the formulas, and then I have to tear my entire house down and start over, which sucks. Kinda. Because I have an idea. I think I'm going to do like an external wall all the way around the entire base, and then the middle of it keep it open and use... I don't know what pack the weird glowy tree came from. Wait a minute. There it is. I don't know what pack the glowy tree's from, but I want to try to use that in the build as kind of like the middle point. But I'm going to build a wall all the way around the entire base and have turrets on it for Chaos Weavers and purifications. Because for some reason everybody in my hive has to use my base for their purifications. Before I do this, I just picked them all up. Where did they all go? At least I thought I picked them up. Oh wait, no I didn't. Okay. I didn't pick up any of them. I actually crafted them into the fast, or the quick ones, and completely just left them at my house, so. Let's hope I don't get hit very many times while I'm here, because I have no way to defend myself. So I apologize for this random frame drops. Ever since the update that they did last night, everything has been dropping. I've been dropping frames everywhere. I tried to fight a Chaos Weaver earlier and barely could see any of it happening. And it's not even like internet-wise. Like, stream's perfectly fine. It's just frames. It doesn't even say that I'm actually losing signal in game. It's just the frame drops. The dream frops. Really? This is how I'm gonna go down. Let me get a hit off, please. Okay, that's dumb. I just told myself, don't go down. And the first thing I do is walk into a trap. And now everybody just has to hear the annoying I'm dying sounds until I can find a way to heal. Why would I leave all of my stuff at my house? Knowing that I am accident prone, I leave all of my health items at my house. Like, I don't think I have any. Oh, I do. They're bad ones. How does that work? Because I don't think there's different tiers to them. For some reason, whenever you pick some up, though, they just suck. I don't know. And I'm dying already, again. And this one I think is gonna actually kill me, yep. from hypothermia because I was not paying attention. It sucks. Okay. So definitely need to pay attention to my temperature. How is my bike almost broke? I just repaired it. Okay, so my bike is apparently almost broken and I haven't even been riding it. I didn't even launch it off anything. It's just broken. Am I even going? I'm not even going the right way. I need to go back there, over there. Why does the bike handle like a bus? It seriously does. I don't know what it is. The actual semi can turn faster than the motorcycle can. And I keep saying this, like all the time. How am I perfectly fine on temperature like over here? And I'm about to hit this cliff. I'm perfectly fine on temp right now, but the moment I get over here to Wishland, I'm going to start dying. Oh, well, here goes my bike. Again, even though I just repaired it. That is my luck. I seem to just never be able to keep any of my vehicles alive. Like, it used to be a joke whenever I was driving, because I would always drive the Jeep, but now it's seriously like I just can't keep any of my vehicles alive. There's actually something funky going on with the stream. Not losing any connection or anything, but it's somehow jittering around. Don't know why. Try refreshing it and seeing if that fixes it. It's still not doing very well. I mean, if it stays this bad, I might have no choice but to... I don't know. I don't know what it's doing. Like, the frames are so bad since that last update. Like, how bad it is on stream is actually how bad it is in-game for me. There's such, like, a large delay and everything's just jittery. And I don't know what it is. I don't think my settings can actually affect anything either. Like, I'm pretty sure... Oh, well, that's probably the problem. Why do I have everything just maxed out? Well, I guess that means that I'm just going to be sitting here staring at loading shaders and hopefully that fixes the problem. Every single time there's an update with this game, the graphics change all the way to very high. They're not custom anymore and everything just decides to break. Is this the first time that I've actually had people show up in my stream? Like, now I'm just uncomfortable. Does this fix anything? I mean, it actually looks like it's loading faster on stream. Oh, everything went right back to still being broken. I'm legitimately bamboozled. I don't understand what it's doing anymore. It's not even like entertaining to play. I can't fight Chaos Weavers. I can't fight Treant. And I want to just go and do builds, but I can't even do a build because of the lag so bad. And I mean, you can see, or actually you can't see because for some reason I decided that I wanted to put an overlay. Yes. If I turn the goal off, everybody can see I'm having perfectly fine connection, and it's still just as bad. Like, my connection's fine. I don't even know if... Like, does it have to do with graphics anymore? If I just turn it on to medium, is this about to just break everything again? Yeah, it is. Why do I have to load shaders every time? Even this is lagging now. How is it this bad? Like, I don't know what's causing it or anything. And I know I'm not the only one, because I'm constantly looking at the update forums and everybody's saying the same thing. That last update messed up a lot of people's problems. Messed up a lot of people's games. This is taking so long. Just to most likely not have it work. See if anybody's come out with a way to fix it. Something. Every time it looks like it loads for a second, it doesn't. Things suddenly started loading a little bit faster. I sat here so long that I actually started... The enemies all respawned. Okay, I need to go back to my house because whatever is causing these problems is seriously breaking something. Turning down the graphics way low somehow fixed it a little bit, but my computer has more than enough. It has more, I don't even know. It has more than enough power to be able to run this, and somehow it's not able to do that. It took so long to try to reload that it actually made the enemies respawn. I can't even believe that. I'm just gonna attempt to try to build something and maybe that'll make it not look so bad. Trying to wait and see though. I mean, the frames are slightly better, if anything. Why does the Digby have to be right there? Of all places, you just want to be right where I want to build. That's it. You're getting yoinked. That's not even mine. Why? Why is your Digby right in my area? Of all places your Digby can be. Okay, so I guess I'm just trying to start on the other side. Very slowly creep my way over. I'm going to attempt to do something very dumb with triangle fount. Quarter stone. Does this even make sense? That's not gonna work. What am I doing? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Is this... It just doesn't connect. I don't know what I'm expecting to try to do here. Like, I was going to try to do something along the line of this. It's just such a strange angle for the triangle platforms. And I just don't want something square. Do the tiny triangle ones and make it work? Definitely not if I put them that way. This is like my favorite thing to do in Once Human, is to find some abnormal way to completely break the building system. Like how... What is that? What am I making? Okay. I've decided I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna get rounded sides. Can't go wrong with the rounded sides, I guess. At least they snap properly. Where am I? Just doesn't look good. As long as it works, that's all I could really care about. How far can I go with these? Let's keep going. I feel like I'm taking inspiration from a friend in the server. They have a house that's gigantic like this. Yes, I know, I'm a battle unit. I'm in the way. Even though I don't know about me, but definitely not battle unit material. I thought I did a lot of damage until I saw hive mates and friends fighting the same bosses as me and completely outclassing me in every essential way. I miss this house. I'm going to miss this house a lot because this is probably the first house I've made that it doesn't take any form of like pay to win materials, I guess. Aside from, you know, stupid decorations. Which I didn't pay for because I got them. For free. But I had a subscriber on YouTube. Where am I going? Okay, well now I'm not even touching anything. I had a subscriber on YouTube told me that they actually got into this game from seeing one of my old builds, which it was a very bad build. It was just a little A-frame. And it kind of gave me inspiration to attempt to make houses that more people enjoyed. So I tried to create this to rival everybody with the $50 glass pack. And I mean, in my opinion, it did, but in the long run, this would fit great for like a PvE server. Not something where a Chaos Weaver can spawn and just kind of ruin your entire day. Also, I understand that there's probably still some frame issues or the game just doesn't look very good. Until I can figure out what it is that's causing everything to just look like junk, this is kind of how I have to deal with it. I set it to medium resolution, which I shouldn't have had to, but it's whatever. And as long as I'm building, it doesn't do enough to actually cause frame rate issues. I'm going to go insane if I hear that Digby faintly mining beside me for the rest of my life. There's something about just faint ticking over and over again. This man right here overworks his Digbees. They don't even get minimum wage. Can I, like... I'm just gonna kind of throw things around just to get them out of the way. I need this entire house gone before I can try to place all this. And the thing is, I've done something like this before, where I did an entire platform before building the base. And what I did last time did not work well at all. It just, by the time I actually got to building the entire house, all of it looked like crap. It's just gross. It was just gross looking. And weird thought that I just had, and that is actually explaining why my name is Guidance. I don't know why I thought to do this. So originally my name was Zen, and it just didn't. It was an old username that I used to use back when I played Xbox 360, and I just thought that it was a little old, so me and my wife actually tried to come up with something new. And one of my things that I actually enjoy doing the most is actually helping players and other people learn about games and teaching, I guess. So originally the name was going to be like Guidance Counselor, which just doesn't sound, it just sounds weird. But when we decided on Guidance, everything kind of just seemed to make sense and it kind of fit into place. So we ended up deciding to keep it as Guidance, and it grew on me, and it grew on a lot of the people that I've played with, to the almost to the point that it actually became kind of memorable with a lot of server members of mine from different games, such as this game, or I've had people from Manibus servers have remembered my name. And I've always been terrible with names, so I feel bad when I don't remember people very easily. So having a name that has kind of stuck with me for a long time, and people now are able to, it goes with them, they memorize it. It feels good, I guess. I'm just rambling about my name at this point because I don't really know what to talk about while I'm doing this. Phase 2 opens tomorrow, and there are big plans for my hive, our allied hive, which just consists of a bunch of friends, and Chaos Weavers. I don't want to go too much into it yet. I'd plan on just showing that off in a different stream, but when Phase 2 opens, it's going to be this entire base has to be moved over to a new location. So this design-ish thing that I'm coming up with is actually focused on that area. So it might not fit perfectly well right here, but it will fit over in the new location. So just kind of go with me here. Also, I don't know if anybody's actually seen the other stream, but the reason that house looks almost identical to my house is because he does not know how to build houses very well, and I threw in a quick house to make for him because that little square right there is what he was planning on just staying on. It was both my idea to build it, and he wanted it to be built that way. He didn't want it built specifically like this. He wanted it built so he could use it, and I jumped on the train of let me take over, let me just build the house. So I just used my resources and built his house for him, and it probably took me 20 minutes, and that's just because of small foundations. I don't need this. I throw that down because I just don't like having random things sitting all over the place, but there really is no point on it. Another problem that I have right now is these metal shelves aren't actually mine. They are mine because... Where am I? How did I get here? That was strange. I think I might have accidentally just yanked my Digby clean out of my lot. I think that might have been the issue. Luckily, from what I'm noticing, since the frame rate, I can't talk today. The frame rate is somewhat normal right now. It seems like it's... I'm just trying to get at, I'm actually happy that in a stream that I plan on mostly just building the entire time is when the frame rate wants to act up. So it's not all that bad. I'm not too upset about it. I wish I could have done the formula run that I wanted to do, but it's not the end of the world. Break everything that I can place back. Can't place that back because I don't have this. I have this on my alternate character. I don't have it on this character, which is the one that I actually wanted to play. My alt character, honestly, to just put it straightforward, was only made because I didn't want to... I didn't feel like tolerating my hive very much at the time. So I just kind of wanted to just go off and do my own thing for a bit, so I made the alternate character just so I could play alone. And I mean, it was a good time to kind of get away from okay, so the best thing that you could do is if there's ever something that bothers you or is annoying you or just kind of overall aggravating you, instead of egging it on or going into it further, the best thing to do is to just take a step away from it. And as goofy as it sounds, just try to like reevaluate the situation. Like, if the drama is caused by a friend, then you're most likely not gonna want to completely just drop them out of nowhere, because I mean, they were your friend for a reason at some point. If they're not now, so be it. But if you're upset in a situation, the best thing to do is to not just outright drop your friend. The best thing to do is to kind of just take some time away, think about it. And if after you think about it and you decide that maybe it is best that you don't go back to your friends, then don't do it. Because at least now you have a clear head when you do it. Instead of in the midst of being angry or upset. What is in there? What is inside of that meat thing? And why am I so excessively slow? We might actually have to go mining because I don't have many bricks left to do my foundation. Where am I going? I needed to break this thing. Spoiled food because I ran out of salt and completely forgot that that was actually a thing that I was doing, is salt. Okay, back to getting out of the way. I wonder if I could do like a small little town thing going on here. My issue is everything has to be symmetrical or neat. And if I do a little town, it's not going to be like that, because if you make a perfectly symmetrical town, that's just creepy. You're creating the scene for a horror movie or some cult. Happening. But anyway, back on the topic of being sappy, I guess. I decided that I was going to take a break from my hive. Not that they were specifically doing anything wrong, it was just very hectic and it was bothering me. So I made my alternate character, which now that everything is blown over and everything's calmed down, I wanted to go back to this character, and I have no reason to be on my alt anymore. The issue is, in the time that I did play and the knowledge that I've gained from my main, I made a lot of advancements on my ult. I have a lot more formulas that I've never had that I still don't even have on this character. I have... What was that? Oh, an exhaust fan. That looked like a bottle. Anyway, I just miss the formulas that I found. Having the computer formula, and I had the metal shelves on that character. There was a bunch of them that I had. I even had a toilet. I don't know why I had a toilet, but apparently everybody wants the toilet now. It's the new metal shelf, I guess. Like, what do you do with a toilet? Like, obviously in real life you use the toilet, but like, what do you do with it in the game? The toilet is the definition of just an item because you want completionist. Like, you just want an actual house, which, don't get me wrong, I have a very... I made a bathroom-ish thing in this. I don't have the toilet. But I have a bathtub and a sink, and I made a bathroom in this house that I'm proud of. I don't know. It's just... It's very odd that you'll see somebody attempting to sell a formula for a toilet for like 50,000 E's. I don't know. Wait, is there anything in here that I don't want destroyed? Probably that. But wait, no, I can't do that because I need a... I'll just use a little wood wall. Doesn't have to be anything special. Just something I can smack a weapon rack on. Let's see. Things. Like, out of everything that's here, I don't really care about any of this. There's nothing in here that is really important. I guess this whole area, I can't get rid of this because this is a special supply bench. Is it just me, or is this camera used to be faster? Because I don't remember it being this slow. I don't want to get rid of any of my workbenches. I just don't like repairing things or rebuilding things. Plus, I can't remember what is what inside of my little workshop room. Because I believe my gear workshop is special. I know my supply workshop is special. I don't know about the chemistry station. And all these furnaces are technically special, but I can make them. They're all 4 perks. Which I feel like one of the perks is just absolutely useless, which is like the temperature increase one. Maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. I only kind of just skimmed over it. But I believe it just makes you warm. Or maybe they operate faster when they're warmer. It's just another one of those. If you can get a perk for the furnace, get the perk for the furnace. It doesn't matter what it does. It's bragging rights. Like, everybody in the servers, oh, I want to get the 6 for 6 furnace, or I think there's 3 for the supply bench. It's just a completionist thing. It's just bragging rights. But oh, I just definitely lost a lot of frames right there for no reason. It's just moving this one box. What did that box have to do with any form of lag? I don't even think there was anything in that. It's actually just looking at my stuff is causing the lag. Anything that is causing particles is causing lag. Yeah, this is definitely something that is broken with Once Human. None of this makes sense that I was lagging that bad. Only thing that I'm really praying for is the fact that this stream doesn't manage to fail. Because I have no way of knowing. It looks like it's working okay. I mean, everything everybody else is seeing is the exact same thing that I'm seeing, but I don't want, like, audio to be completely janky or... It's mostly the audio, I think, could be the only problem. Let's just break all these. As long as I don't lose these metal shelves. Another problem that I've discovered with my planter boxes here. I don't have any means to be able to provide them with the grow lights yet until next phase. And that means that most of my crops are struggling to grow. It's not that they're not getting light, and they're getting water because of my deviants. The issue lies with the sun, because, I mean, everything when it comes to the growing in the sunlight here is actually, like, time-based, and actual light rays are required. So, like, right now, my crops would be receiving light. But the moment that that sun decides to go from over there to, like, above or, like, over there, then half of them lose sunlight and causes the crops to stop growing. So I haven't actually planted anything in my crops for a while now, and there were still crops in those plots because the sunlight just wasn't wanting to constantly be on them. What is that? There was nothing in that. Why did I have a weapons thing if there was nothing in it? All of these crates, I can't craft any of the 64s. But, nope. Overlaps. I can't craft any of the 64s, but I do have some 64s, so I have to individually move all of those 64s. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, this server, I don't think many people have the 64s, or if they do, they don't talk about it, because there's a lot of people that have been asking for them, and they're either being overcharged for them, or there's nobody online that has them. Which, if somebody asked if you have the whatever, like, can somebody make a special supply bench or whatnot? If you reply with a yes, I can, then just do it. Just go give them the supply bench. You don't need anything in return. But there's some people that just feel like, well, I have the supply bench, so now you owe me. It's so annoying. Like, I have a 4 for 4, or 4 out of... I just destroyed that without wanting to... Dang it. I have the 4 perk furnace, and I was the first person in the server that actually had a 3 perk furnace. So the first thing I did is I pretty much told everybody in the server I had the 3 perk furnace, and people were constantly asking, like, hey, can you come over and give me the furnace? I could use the furnace, and it was just like, sure, no problem. So I was always jumping all over the place, different worlds, giving people this freaking furnace. And I had no problems doing it. I didn't want anything in return. If somebody would drop something, I usually would just give it back, unless it was like, you gave me a piece of gravel. Because, believe me, in this stage, I have no gravel. I need gravel. And it's a common resource. But I didn't like receiving anything. For just giving a workbench, it's not enjoyable. It's this PvE, so everybody's obviously supposed to work together. I get it if it's PvP, you're going to want something in return, because, I mean, at the end of the day, unless they're part of your hive, they're a rival. But was that TV just flying? Was that just me? Was that thing just floating in the air? I'm pretty sure I just saw a flying TV. Whatever, it's a relatively new item, so... Of course, it's probably going to have bugs. I mean, obviously right now I can't even look at half of my stuff without getting lag, so... Not a lot of things are refined. Also, another thing. So, Once Human updated yesterday, obviously. People know this. And what? Why is that's not working, right? It was acting like I was both snapping and not snapping at the same time. And I think what it is they said that they added snapping to shelves and walls in the most recent update, and I'm pretty sure that's breaking things. But another thing that they did is Once Human has a creator promotion thing where they're trying to get creators to join into their partner program and you receive rewards and whatnot. And if anybody knows anything about Once Human, it's a relatively new game. I mean, it hasn't been around for an extremely long time, and that's... Can I just take my mannequin? It hasn't been around for a long time. It's a free game. So I understand to an extent of what they did, but I think they took it a little too far. They had the creators program, and you could join into it, and the requirement was 200 followers, subscribers, whatever. There was just, that was your requirement, and you had to, of course, have a specific amount of Once Human content. It's not like you could just play it once and then suddenly become a creator. Well, recently, they came out with another variant of it and said that as a creator, you would receive rewards and everything. And the please tell me, okay. I thought it was too high and the foundation didn't want to go down. Anyway, they recently came out with another one. Oh. And the new one now requires you to have, I think it is 1,000 or 1,500 followers and subscribers. Or no, it's 1,000 subscribers on or 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and 500 subscribers on Twitch. And then you also had to have social media that had a specific amount of followers, and I can't remember the amount that they said. But there was like a whole bunch to it. And I was like, well, I don't need the new option. My goal was to get the 200 that was required for the original partnership. So I went back to the page to see if anything changed there. And now it also changed to now you need at least 1,000 on either Twitch or YouTube to be a partner of it. So it's like, I understand that I'm not very big when it comes to it. It was always the thing that I really wanted to do, was to be a partner. And of course, for some reason, I was put in direct contact with the management team, and they were trying to put me as a partner, and then suddenly I lost contact with somebody and was never able to get a hold of them. And I spoke to like 4 different people, and they kept sending me to somebody else, and then eventually got to the manager of the creator team, and I could never get a reply from them. They were considered a private account, and since Once Human only operates through Discord, you couldn't message them directly. And if you added them in a server that has 197,000 players, of course you're never going to be seen by that person. So I just never got in contact with them, even though one of the other managers keeps asking, like, did you get in contact with blah, blah, blah? Or their social media pages have reached out to me, and they've even told me, oh, try contacting them this way. I tried doing that, still nothing. I just kind of gave up on it. I mean, the unreal expectations for your partners, like, there's a thing when it comes to, like, if you're not passionate about a game, you're just trying it out, but you have subscribers and followers, that's okay. I can understand that you want to, like, weed out the unloyal people, I guess. But there's also people that are trying their best with what little they have. Can you move? Anyway, there's some people that are trying to do the best with what they got and what they have to continue making content on things that they're actually passionate about. Like, for example, I enjoy making content of Once Human. I enjoy the building, I enjoy the gameplay and everything about it. And then feeling like I had the ability to become one of the partners was making me extremely happy. Just for that to now fly out the window. I don't know. It's a little bit like heartbreaking almost. You. Go away. Bye. Dude, I'm telling you, this guy's freaking... Every single deviant this man has to be on my property, right where I'm trying to build. Is he seriously walking back over here to go to the same spot he was just at? Whatever. I am overweight, and I don't believe that I have enough materials to actually do what I wanted to do. I can get some. What's the exact center point of my lot? That would be right here. So if I stay in line... That person just scared the life out of me. Oh, I think they're here to drop off stuff. I think they went and got me gravel. So we'll do 2 open. Oh, I can't do that. I can do this. My goal is to have a wall right here that is tall, that wraps all the way around. But I don't know how straightforward that's going to be. That is an abundance of gravel. And that is in Hive chat. Let's make all of the bricks. Did they just drop 30,000 stone? Did I just see that right? What am I supposed to do with 30,000 stone? I didn't want to do that. Pockets are overflowing with gravel. I didn't think somebody could get gravel that fast. Where did you go to get that much gravel? I only know where to go get silver and gold. I don't know about all that. And also, why do I have so many... Oh, I did go to Wishland, I guess. There's my... this thing. What else do I got? Anything that needs to be broken down? A fish. I'm still overweight. You know what? I know why I'm overweight. I bet you I have like a bazillion freaking boiled waters on me. Because I broke all those planter boxes. What in the... What was that sound? That was just insanely loud. I'm hoping that I have enough build space for this, because this, I believe, is a... What is that? It's following me. What is this sound? is that? It's terrifying. It was like not even leaving. It was following me around. Okay, 1, 2. Let's just move you inward. I want to get the outside wall done so I know how much build objects I have left to work with. And I plan on turning all of this into concrete when I actually do get tier 3, which I've been saving up my mimetic points. I'm still like, what was that sound? Because it only happened after I put stuff in my inventory. Oh, it's like spooky. Oh. Down. Down. Okay. Not too worried about everything being like discombobulated. I'll sort it out when I end up building what it's actually going to be used for. But if this area turns out as good as I believe it will with these walls, I should have enough space to make like a tiny little city. I mean, it's definitely going to be small, but I'll have like a little workshop building and central area. Or I might just have one giant building. I don't even know. It depends all on how much space there actually is and what I got to work with. But I want to get as much of this built as possible. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm more than content with just the foundation here, because at least that tells me how much space I need when I move over, which I believe move over time is 8:30 in the morning for where I am. Something along those lines. So it's definitely early. The only thing that I really have to worry about is the location of where all of us are going to be going. I don't want somebody else to beat us there, because our plan is to lock the area down, not gatekeep it. We just want to get there first so that we can get thermal towers in place. And then, of course, we don't care what happens past that point. The thermal towers are supposed to be shared by everybody, so I'm just going to put this like right here. I just realized something that might actually be really cool. Get some of the other people that are like really good builders in my hive and on my friends list, and then bring them in here and have them build like their own little building. Originally, before I ended up taking a break on my main, we had talked about moving over to Way of Winter, and the plan was to all have unique bases and each base specialize in something. So like we were going to have somebody whose entire base was focused on crops, and then like somebody else's base that was making acid and like other materials and stuff. And then of course we would all share the central point, which would have been my base. We would have shared that as the main living location. So we were going to do something kind of like I'm doing right now, which is have walls going around the middle and basically live there and share materials and everything, and have a giant hub for storage. It didn't really work out though. And I don't actually think I'm not gonna bring those out. Well, never mind, they're full of junk. So I need to figure out, I need to go empty those first. You can be destroyed. I need to keep you. Let's go get all the stuff out of these pumps. let's destroy those, get those out of the way. I'm excessively overweight now, so that's nice. Also, I wish I would have shown that little thing that I had built earlier. Actually, I might have already shown it before, I don't remember. But I had a... It just worked out. So this spot right here, this side is dirty water, this side is salt water. So I was able to make a very compact salt farm while also being able to get boiled water and purified water. And I was so happy. I tried to compact it as much as possible without even really thinking like, hey, I'm going to be moving this entire base and it's not going to operate how I have planned. But now that I'm actually saying that out loud, I just realized it didn't matter because I was trying to reach level 50 before even going to phase 2, which technically it didn't work. I wasn't fast enough. I got to 45, but the amount of XP that I could earn... Why would you go that way of all ways? Anyway, the amount of XP that I could have earned from Treant, I believe, was the best location I could get XP from right now. And even using salt, I just wasn't producing enough XP to feel like it was viable. One of the things they did say, though, with their patch update, and I just remember this, they changed the way building works, so things actually snap better, and you have better control of how... I'm all out of bricks. Well, technically all out of bricks. Because I just had somebody nicely drop off 30,000 bricks. I don't even know what to do with all this. It's just wild. Back to this because infinite supply of bricks now. I will never worry about bricks again. And I'm pretty sure I just gave them an advanced drill. And I'm about 95% sure that much ore or that much gravel, it's destroyed. There's no way that thing's not destroyed off of that. Well, then again, actually, I don't know because I've been going crazy on gold and silver. And still, I don't even think I might have taken maybe like a sixth of it out. That's about it. I wish I could have put like a rounded edge on the inside too. I don't think that's something that I can do. Or technically I can. When I go to put the roof on, I could do that. Which actually I might do that. That would work so nice. If I use the, I don't know what it's called. It'd just be easier to show it. Hopefully it works this way. This. If I do that, technically I can like mimic a rounded edge. Which, by the way, that just looks like metal. Not bricks. I get it's supposed to be bricks, but it just looks like metal. I enjoy my little overhang. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if I... not the tiny ones. I need the oversized ones. This and that. Actually, because those are too steep, I absolutely hated those. Maybe the small ones. Maybe I accidentally landed on these for a reason. Bruh. Thank you. I might have actually landed on these for a reason without even realizing it. If I take these, do something like that so it doesn't make it insanely steep. And then let me put a stone ceiling right here so I have that little space. Then we're going to grab the stone half wall. I think it's the half wall. Yeah. And stairs are going to be in here. Not you. We want these. That is fantastic. Because now I can grab one of these and connect it over. Now I have an entryway. Why did I get so happy off of that entry? I just got so happy off of that friggin' entryway. There we go. So you can have a walkway around the walls. I think I've actually seen somebody do something like this in this server. Or no, it was on a different server. They made like a little entryway and they had they had actually connected a bunch of their bases together. So the main base was like entryway and then like a giant walkway. Mostly just decor, and I think they might have had like a house on the side or something. And then they had like their friends snapping territories, kind of like this. But they all connected to each other in a specific way. And there is somebody on this server that actually did something really cool, which was they took their territories and connected them like this in the middle. And they built one room like this, left this whole side open, and then the other person built the whole room that went like that, so it connected in the middle, and they just had a wall separating it and a door. So you could just walk into your friend's house that way. Some people are like genius when it comes to some of the buildings. And I'll just drive around and look at random bases from time to time just because you get a lot of inspiration from seeing other people's stuff. Especially when you're passionate about building like I am. I just realized, so I have the stone structure enhancement mimetic. So it's like they have, or they do more, or they have more health, I should say. And I wonder if, does that, is it stronger than concrete, or is concrete still like astronomically stronger than it? Why? So far from the fact that I'm pretty much, we'll just say I'm at 400 build limit, I think we might be pretty good. I won't have an absolutely massive house, but it should work out pretty good. Let's align you right in the middle, which I believe is like right there. No. No, it'd be one more this way. And then take you like that. Yeah. So that's the exact center point of my base. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's not. Okay. Not that big of a deal. I could just grab this. We'll just simply make it a 3 wide entryway, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Let's throw that down there. If anything, it actually helps a little bit because let's not do that. Even though I will never use that gun again, it's important because it was it's how I started this server. I started it with that MG because I wanted to test out if it was better than the Valor. Some would say it actually is, and I can see a lot of the value in it. Like, I can agree it's not bad. It's just for the way that I play my shrapnel build, it does not work for me at all. I can't stand it. It burns through ammo way too much. I feel like I've done something cool, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. 407, not bad. I get to build my little compound now. Actually, no. What I want to do is first we need to center this, which I believe is most likely going to be like that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How'd I end up with the 13? So I actually had it kind of right. Technically, this would be its center point. That's the exact center of the base now. Mathematically speaking, that's the center point of the base. So I need to figure out how I'm going to get on top of the wall. I need to go all the way around with these fences, which I didn't think that part through right there. What if I do little walls? Would that look good or would that look stupid? Like if I do something kind of like this, and then these, even though the staircase itself connects that way, I don't know. That looks dumb. Looks very stupid. The only issue is if I use these tiny little walls the entire way around, it's going to take up all of my build limit. Why are there 2 of these? Is there something different about them? They're actually, is that one clean? So we have a clean version and a dirty version. Why do I have 2? It's just this little lip here that I'm actually having to worry about now. So it's like, if I connect... Is there some way that I can connect the 2 of these without it looking all kinds of weird? Like, why do we not have small railings? We have these. Can't even put something like right in the middle. No matter what I do, it just doesn't look good. I wanted some railing though. I just can't put too much detail or I'm not going to have anything to live in. I'm going to be living in a sleeping bag in the middle of this base. There's got to be something I can do for this without it looking so bad. And I just don't want to leave it open is my only problem. But it might actually be best because my intentions are to take, we'll just use this for example, and have turrets lining every possible spot we can. And I believe if I put a railing on it, limits its vision, so it won't attack certain things. Like, even though technically it is aiming over, if any enemy gets within a certain range, it's not going to be able to aim down because it'll just hit that. So I might have no choice but to leave it open. That's absolutely massive. Yeah. We're just going to have no choice but to leave it open as much as I don't want to. And then let's connect those. And what did I do? I put that one off right there. Some of these. Where did it go? Okay. Keep putting them backwards. I don't understand how I put all of those backwards. There. I have no clue why I decided to put pillars right here, but this is just what I get now. We get weird pillared overlook towers. I can make these look good, I promise. I have a feeling I could do something with them. For a roof. Like, I actually haven't looked at stone roofs before. Okay, that thing's huge. That looks so stupid. It's so stupid that I actually am kind of liking it. I'm making the new Wishland Park. This is the entryway, ignore the turret. It's to keep out the unwanted guests. Let's leave it. I'm actually enjoying it. What are you building over there? Looks like a construction site. Are they watching me? I thought they actually disappeared for a second. I'm about to say my teammate's haunted. If you... But now it's yours. Now it's your logging beaver on my house. Like, my house is made out of stone. Where are you even getting that stump? Whatever. I don't even think I can move him. I'm gonna go see if I can move. I can't move him. I have like 780 bricks in my pocket. Why am I running like this? I just realized they changed how the rolling works in this last update. If you were overweight and you rolled, you'd still get the little boost of speed. For some reason now you roll slow. Can I do anything? Like, can I actually fling you along? No, but I can pet my teammates. I'm just encouraging the poor behavior of chopping wood in the middle of my base. Oh. Okay, so if you're nice to them, apparently they go away. I've just now discovered that if you're nice to a creature, it'll go away. Back to building this. Can I daylight sometime during this build? Like, it has been nighttime for like an hour and a half. Like, I feel like I'm just seeing this. This entire time I've been building this base, it has been nighttime. I don't even know what I'm building anymore. Let's keep this perfectly in line because I'm a symmetrical neat freak. I was going to put another entrance on the back of this, but it kind of defeats the purpose. And because we plan on having a slightly complicated network of zip lines, like, I feel like we're going to need a welcome to the zoo type map for how you're supposed to maneuver around with all the zip lines. It's like, if you make a left here, you'll find the lion exhibit. That's how I feel like the zip lines are going to be. So I was going to put another entryway back here just to allow people that are somewhat close to not have to take zip lines to figure out where they're going. But I don't want the back of my base to be open. I want there to be one entrance so that honestly, in my opinion, the reason that I want one gate is because if you do a purification event and you have one entryway into the base, the enemies that spawn are obviously going to go to the open location. Granted, some of them are just stupid and decide that they want to start attacking the wall. I don't know why. Some of them do that. But most of them will try to take the path of least resistance. So they'll try to go through this front entryway. So if you have, of course, turrets on the sides, the moment that they come into this doorway, they're just dealing with a barrage of security forces. It's like TSA right at the doorway. Oh, you're here to take from the poor? Nope, you're not doing it. What's that? You want to take all the Starcrom? Nope. I'm just rambling over nothing because I'm building weird little TP towers. I seriously feel like I'm building Wishland 2.0. And I don't even have a house in the middle. The only thing that I have going for me is I know this tree is going to be here. Maybe I should probably figure that out before I start just trying to make things look nice. Like, I should probably try to figure out what I'm going to do about this. And I think what I'm going to do is take this, because I have none of the... Do I want it like that? No, I think I actually know what I'm going to do. So if I come here... Oh, this is so difficult, because like there's two different conflicting build ideas I have in my head, and neither of them want to just let the other one win. One of them is to have a central building that is pretty much the same shape as the exterior wall, but on the inside, and it has like, I don't know, probably 2 to 3 layers of, or 2 to 3 floors. I don't know, like layers. Like this isn't a cake. I'm not making a cake. I'm thinking of like 2 to 3 floors of a base in the middle with an open little courtyard in it, or leaving this open and having little buildings here for different things. So like have a little greenhouse room, have an actual house. Might even make a little restaurant. I don't know, a little cafe. So I'm debating on that. Like I really think the idea of a little town would look cool. And I know one of my biggest things is because the hives are in an alliance. I want to have my base be kind of like a good meetup point for a lot of trading for members and things like that. I don't know. I just kind of want it to be like a hub. So maybe it would be nice to kind of have it like a little town. I would like daylight. It's the moon. Like, it looks like light's coming from there, right? It would have to be. Because according to the shadow, the moon is right there. I don't see it. Science. Light rays. My ADHD makes me completely stop talking about things and focusing on specific things, because then I start talking about random things. Okay, let's just go here. So I pretty much just decided on the spot what I'm doing, I guess, which is little rooms. So let's do something like this. Why are you backwards? So you are technically 2.5 blocks away. We'll just count it as 3, so you'd be right here. This is going to be my little farm. One thing that I really want for my thermal tower that I'm going to be building is... Why? Stop it. I want one of the upgrades to be the wild plants that can spawn anywhere, because they give good buffs, and especially late game when you start trying to make the unique or like the legendary tier meals, you need specific crops, and the thermal tower has a higher chance of spawning deviated variants of crops. So I like the crops plant, or the crops, I don't know what they're called, perk, I guess, of the thermal tower. So why are things vibrating? I want a greenhouse to start growing a lot of the crops, and I'm sure anybody that has seen the previous house before I ripped it, gimme, thank you, before I completely destroyed it, I was trying to make a compact farm specific for that reason. I don't know why I'm just using nothing but just straight walls here. Actually, I do know, because next phase I'll have access to grow lights. I just kind of wish that I would have... Let's do this, so it doesn't look as just... Oh well, that was a foundation. That's not what I wanted to be destroyed. We'll do this, 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 and this one. That should allow me to have windows. How much structure, like what is 3,600? I actually think that's the same strength as concrete. I think concrete has 3,600 as well. That'd be cool if it does, because then that means that now I can just move the entire house over and not have to worry about anything else. So far, so good. I'm not burning through all of my structure limit. I've used a lot of it, but I should have enough to be able to at least finish what I want to do. I need a doorway. Where are the arrows for this one? That's inside, okay. That was confusing. It's going to be mostly grow lights on the inside, so it's not like I'm expecting to get light, like shining through the windows or anything. I don't expect sunlight in here. This is one of the very few times that a member with the glass pack could come over here and make this not look like a jail. Yeah, this is what it's starting to look like to me. It looks like I'm starting to make a jail. The only difference is if I put, you know, bars in the windows, I think I would actually have the perfect looking jail right here. Oh, now I just realized that my house looks more like a prison. I've created a prison. Wishland Prison Edition. You have an entryway, so on your way in, you know, you can buy your power drills and pumpkins. And then feel free to explore around and look at all the prisoners. I'm making dumb jokes. Let's just go back to putting roofs in. On a side note, is anybody excited for Thanksgiving? It's my favorite holiday. I get to eat all of the food and try making new food. Okay, I need to put a roof on or something, because this is starting to freak me out a little bit. It's seriously looking like a prison. Let's do something like this. It's not going to be the best looking house. It's not even a house. What am I saying? But, you know, it functions. That's just what's needed. It's functioning, and it has some strength, so nothing is going to be able to tear it down. I seriously believe that concrete has the same strength as this stuff right now. Which, that being the case, unless I have a mimetic that makes concrete stronger, this is not bad. It's cheaper, I believe, on resources as well, because I don't need a whole bunch of steel to make any of the stuff. The only perk that I could really see of the concrete pack that this wouldn't have is I like the reinforced roofs. Should I leave it like that, or should I actually put like the little triangle piece on the top? I don't know. This building is massive. Why did I make it this big? Like, how many crops do I plan on putting in here? An infinite supply of crops in this building alone. It's so goofy. What am I doing? My brain is telling me to leave it here because the amount of crops that I'll be able to grow is insane and I'll like every bit of it. But the other part of me is like, this place is massive. Like, I'm going to have a tiny little shack of a house by the time I'm done with this. You know what? I'm committed. I'm committed. I'm gonna just keep doing it. What's the worst that can happen? If I run out, I will cut corners somewhere. How does that lock? This doesn't look like it's connecting very well. Okay, let's leave this alone for now before I start going insane. Let's build... You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. So let's go here. We're going to change up how this build works. Break this one. Here, we'll break that one too. You here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Actually, let's do this. 3 by 4. That works. This way we have a little bit more definition as well. Break this side down because it's not necessary. This is another way to save some space as well. If I break this side down, I'll leave this. I'll still have a lot of space for a greenhouse. You could... I shouldn't have moved you, to be honest. Let's get on the wall. Looks kind of weird. Does it look like that? Oh. I see why. Let's do this. It's here. It will not be symmetrical unless I have 2 doorways here. Okay, so that's going to be the greenhouse entryway. I don't need to grow 4 million crops. I would just like to have a decent amount of crops. Right there. You need to actually be spun around as to not look weird. And I'm going to need some of these. As tall as it is, I do have a way that I could build this to make it actually work very well. Did I just stole that one. I didn't want to steal it. So one thing that you can do with crops, and let me place this triangle down real quick. So if I were to come here and, for example, grab this, and we'll just build 2 of them for now. You can theoretically take small roof, place it like this, place these here, come over here and do this. Not that. And now, of course, you're gonna have one sitting on the ground right there. Because you have them like this and they're kind of set up like, imagine how a flower works. These are your petals. Each one of your petals is constantly taking in sunlight in order for the plant to grow. And as you can see, all of them would be receiving light because of the angles that they're sitting. Technically, this one should be like right there. But that's not the point. Anyway, you can put a planter box on top of each one of these and they will work. So with that logic, if I were to take this and apply it on the inside of here, I could essentially stack up a whole bunch of planter boxes all the way up to the roof, put in lights up here, grow lights that can apply to the entire room. And honestly, when you put in grow lights, the best thing to do is just set them to 70, which is kind of the middle grounds for most of the plants. Either it'll be high for some plants or low for other plants, but it'll be right at that like cusp of being annoying for something. So you can still make it work. I'm just gonna leave those there for now. And then as for this, let's go ahead and put this up here. And because my brain is working and... Okay. I wanted this. Actually, let's... Should I go that hard? Let's copy some pillars. I just want to point out that I have no clue what I'm doing and all of this could suck. It could look absolutely terrible and not fit at all. Like this, and then if I do something along the lines here, let's actually move you there, and then I'm creating something either very stupid or it might be kind of cool. I don't actually even know anymore. Totally didn't want that there. But that's what I got, I guess. It's here. That walls might be too high. I didn't want to have... I'm trying to use as little resources as possible so I have all of the space. Actually, I need to break that. Let's use these. Fill in this little void. Actually, no. We will use a decoration items for that. So we'll leave it like this for now. Just not the giant one. To keep a little bit of the modern look going on here. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. Even though I'm wasting all of my valuable resources. But luckily I'm compacting 3 different buildings into one right now, so I should be able to make do with it. Decoration is going to be a pain. Let's do this. Make a little bit of depth to an overhang so it's not just a flat little piece, because it makes it stand out weird and just look all funky. But at the same time, I don't have an infinite supply of resources, so we had to make do with that. But because of this, and if I break this one, we will place you there, break that, you there. Now we have our little upstairs cafe area. The greenhouse. I would probably put something back there, and I don't know what, because I'm already at 614 out of 700, and I don't have the extended build limit, which would have been nice. Actually, I feel like I should have properly planned this better. When I started this base, the only thing that I had in my mind is that I was going to build a wall all the way around it. I had no clue what I was going to do on the inside. Now I have an extremely pointy greenhouse this room that I'm going to use as a workshop, and a balcony that will be for a essentially pointless cafe. I guess I could technically use the cafe for food items. Something along the lines of a food item. But I think right now I need to figure out some form of a house, because I don't think I'm even going to have anywhere near enough resources to build a house now. And as much as I would hate it, there is a couple things that I can do to bring a lot of my... Did I see that right? What is this? Oh, that's the computer. There is technically something that I could do to give myself a little bit more build items. And that is bring a little bit nature into my build, which is removing floor. As much as I would like to not have to remove floor, I can... I technically can. And I just realized my greenhouse that I was going to use, I was going to do something like this, but I could get it a lot more compact if I just used these like 25 metal shelves. You know, wait, I just realized. So if somebody with the extended build limit mimetic came to my house and I gave them the permission to build, could they theoretically build? Because like I can take my stone structure and go to somebody's house and then give them a stone wall and it'll have more durability. Or I can have, for example, he doesn't have any of this stuff unlocked. These bottom walls are brick. The small foundations, little walls. He doesn't have any of this unlocked, but I was able to go over and build all of it. So like, if somebody with the extended build limit had it and came over and built, like, would it work? Would it allow them to build, or would it tell them that like I physically can't go over the structure limit? Dude, I just cleared this space so I could try to build a house here, and you're telling me that Digby decided to move in before me. That's irritating. Okay, let's try to figure something out here for a house. Doesn't have to be massive. We'll just start with a wall. Specifically a door. Why is there like a clean version of the stone wall? That's just so odd. Something like this. This. So you have a little shape there. And then you can just close off this side. Trying to really push the limits of what I got. Don't like how this is actually sticking out. I prefer if my walls are, or my door is recessed in a little bit. Let's bring you out one like that. I like the shape of this. Like technically, maybe if I just do this, which will free up that, and then I can try to come here. Do that. Maybe. If I go here, no, not what I wanted. I wanted this. So let's do a wood roof. So we need contrast. That's not a bad entryway to a house. I mean, it would be better if this faced the correct direction. Break this, because we're gonna have a window there. Windows there. And a window there. Can't have a window on the back side because it's, you know, shaped like that. What the hell? 2 stories as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm building. You missed my entire rant of it looking like a prison. Because I have walls and towers and I had nothing on the inside except a square building. But I appreciate the compliment. This needs to be broken, and I need small foundations. Did I just... That's not supposed to be possible. This is broken, and this is an exploit that they were supposed to have already fixed before. It was an exploit where you could stack foundations and walls on top of each other, and they were supposed to fix it, but that just told me that if they did fix it, they managed to somehow bring it back. Basically, it was an old exploit that you used to be able to do, where if you got at a specific angle with a foundation, you could snap it inside of another foundation. It was used a lot in Prime Wars and PvP, where if you stacked foundations, basically, say this one space had 4 foundations stacked on top of each other, this wall would snap to all of them at the same time. Which means if I broke one foundation, the wall would stay. If I broke it again, it would still be there. If I broke it again, it'd still be there. And another bug with it is, because there's 4 foundations here, this wall snaps to all of them, but also there's still more technically unfilled wall space, so you could stack walls on top of each other. Essentially, you'd make a base that would take hundreds of missiles to break into. It overall was just a gigantic exploit that they said they were fixing because people were abusing it through Prime Wars to build containment cells, pretty much. Or not Prime Wars, is it Prime Wars? I think it is Prime Wars. The Rosetta versus Mayflies. I believe that is Prime War. Can I put this in? No, because I put that all weird. There we go. Even though this is just a waste of materials and precious build limit, let's fill this up. And I forgot this pillar. Just wedge myself down in here so it snaps. Sometimes it doesn't want to snap. Usually it will. And actually, if I just do this, it will snap. Generally. The one time that I say I know it'll snap, it doesn't want to snap. Fine, be that way. I don't care. Not hurting my feelings. No. Even if I don't get some sort of massive house out of this, it still doesn't look bad. I'm actually still kind of impressed with what I have managed to make here. To have such a large wall, have a greenhouse, a workshop, the cafe that I'm kind of proud about, and a house that still kind of keeps up with my style. Hopefully. I don't know. It just makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I can actually like accomplish random things. Let's actually move this one. Do this. Because we don't need a big house. I don't want a gigantic upper floor that I don't know what to do with. Oh no, I broke my wall. There. Let's see if I put 2 windows back here. And I'm gonna go that way. One and over here. Don't want an overhang here because I do want kind of one of those like an emergency exit type things right here. So it's like I can run out here, get on my wall, and leave. Liking what I'm creating so far. Let's go ahead and put roofs on. Take care of the important things first. The only thing that I know really sucks is the fact that I have no choice at this point but to try to figure out some way to get some more build space back. I say that because build items are considered windows and doors, and as you can see, there's a lot of windows and doors that need to be filled. So I don't think I have enough. I'm at 696 already. So I'm going to have to still somehow come up with something. I mean, sure, I can delete these. That'll give me some back. Not a lot. Actually, okay. Brain's working. This looks kind of goofy, I'll admit that, but it might actually work out pretty well if I remove these and do the same through the rest of the middle. That'll free up a lot of space. And plus, when I move the house over, I can lower the foundation further into the ground, so this won't look like there's just a plummet to your death. I mean, at this point, it looks like I've created a swimming pool in the middle of this lot. Which actually, now I'm thinking about it, would be kind of cool. If I move this lot, like, back here, that would look like a swimming pool. A part of me wants to just leave it like that. I think that I might actually do that for now. Let's get the last door that I want in here. So these. I don't know if I'm the only one that does that. Like, instead of me going and finding the individual piece that I want, I'll just copy it from another spot in the build. Oh, I hate when that happens. Okay. This might break some things. And a build tip. Add pillars to the corners of your buildings. It'll seriously make them look a lot neater. More definition instead of this. However, I get that there's certain times where you technically can't do that because, I mean, for example, you have a structure limit. So, did I just say... I just saw something that said I had no power. I guess it might have been that. I'm going to put some doors in real quick. Some doors and windows. Just because I want to see how much space I technically still have left. Doesn't count as an actual door. Honestly, not too worried about the greenhouse. If for some reason I can't put windows in the greenhouse, that's not that big of a deal. You're going there though, because that actually looked pretty nice having a window in that spot. I just realized anybody that goes into this room, because I planned on making this a bathroom, will have direct access because you have a wall right here. My little cafe bistro thing looks pretty good when it's done. That's bothersome. The roof now. Like, how'd you even get this ore in here? I think you planted that ore in there. This needs some sort of something. I believe I know what it needs, and I believe I also only have 2 freaking build limit left. If I did a little overhang, that would actually, yeah, that would definitely bring it in. Be back at my build limit, and that's already removing a lot of the floor. How am I going to do this? I don't have, yeah, can't build any more structures. It is 150 that I could get over if I could get that mimetic. Which I think at this point, I might have no choice but to try to do that. Because, I mean, I just realized I completely forgot to even separate walls down here. So, as far as anybody's concerned, this is just a giant room. Same with the second floor. Which, the second floor, I'm only planning on putting my deviants in there. Eliminate this roof. Well, the only issue with eliminating this is I might not be able to get enough lighting in here for a greenhouse. Technically, that worked. Can I put a light in that? Would that allow me to put a light in there? If I actually remembered where lighting was. That would be so nice if that just fit right there. It's snapping onto it. Why does that snap there? That doesn't even make any sense that it snaps right there. Put a whole chandelier in here. I mean, technically, I don't need lights if I can do this. Like, I could just simply have those. So yeah, I guess technically removing those roofs would give me a little bit of space left. How did I forget an entire window? I can't keep doing cosmetics. I need to figure out my downstairs. Let's see. Is you there? So I can separate off that area. I can make a kitchen out of this little spot. I'm gonna throw Prince up while I try to like have my brain buffer. Let's get. Don't know if that's actually good contrast. What about this one? For a kitchen space, I don't. Let's use that for now. Screw it. Actually, no. Let's just. Nothing seems to be fitting how I want it to fit right there. Because this cement would actually look really good on the exterior. And I don't have all of the freaking prints. I've had bad luck ever since coming to Way of Winter. I'm not getting the good prints or any sort of formulas. What sucks is the fact that that doesn't actually look terrible. You know, I'm gonna leave those there and come back to them. I might actually be able to make that work. I don't know what I just did with that. I don't know if I want to keep that. Getting frame rate drop again. That's nice. Yeah, I don't know if that would look good or maybe. Why does that kind of look pretty cool though? I can agree with that. Like, there's a lot of individual aspects of Way of Winter that hinder a lot of building and crafting. Like, don't get me wrong, in terms of mechanics that were added in Way of Winter, I really do enjoy it. I actually enjoy Chaos Weavers. I like the fact that there's a random challenge that can spawn at any point that can screw over everybody. I like the fact that a lot of the server comes together to work together. I do like that there's temperature, even though it kind of, in my personal opinion, is poorly crafted. The temperature is just all over the place. Sometimes you'll be standing in an area that, like, this is just an example because obviously there's snow right here, but like, you're on a beach right there, right? It's not going to be freezing cold. But for some reason, I can walk onto that beach and be in like negative 45 degrees, and it's like, why am I freezing to death right there? Go slightly up that hill, suddenly you're warm, and then you go further up the hill, you're freezing again. Granted, I mean, you can counteract it, but early on, you're not going to have access to a Chaos Lantern. It's not... You're never just... And at the back of your mind, you're never just telling yourself, hey, I need to keep charcoal on me because I need heat. Helium? I think it's called helium. I don't know. I don't remember. But you're consistently dying of hypothermia. And what's even worse is when you die of hypothermia, you don't get the ability to pick yourself back up. It's an immediate, yeah, good luck. You're going back to your house or you're going to a town that's nearby. And then half the time when you try to go get your stuff back, you end up freezing to death anyway. I hope this turns into a swimming pool at the new house. The heat stroke is very annoying. I can agree on the heat stroke. My alt lives... Actually, I'll just show. My alt lives all the way over here on this tiny little dorky island. I don't know why I decided to live on this island, but I did. For some reason, that island, half of it is in a comfortable temperature range, and the other half is, I think it's like 50. I don't know why, but I'll spawn in at my house, be perfectly fine. The moment I leave the territory, though, I start dying, and then it just stays consistently dying of heat stroke. And even when you die of heat stroke, you'll respawn and still have, like, over 3/4 of your bar is sanity loss. What am I doing? Oh, all of my food turned into... That's nice. Let me just eat a whole bunch of preserved meat because I don't have hydration anyway. This is just awkward. Everybody's just gonna sit here and stare at me while I drink a whole bunch of water. Why did I just lose so much sanity off of that? I saw that. What did that? What caused my sanity to... Oh. I hovered over seawater. Oh, I panicked. I thought I just did something. I need to clear my inventory. I'm tired of not being able to walk around. What is this? What's in here? Nothing. You're being used for water storage. And my 500 bricks. I can move again. Okay. Let me figure this out. Brain is not braining. Where's my door? There it is. There we go. Functional tiny bedroom. Back to Prince, because I still don't know what I'm doing. I wish they had like a button where you could just like mass select everything in a tiny little area. Like if the room is fully closed off, turn the whole floor into one. Because then you end up with that stupid thing. But this doesn't. It's faced the wrong direction. Actually, in my opinion, a workshop should not be on wood unless you're like in a wood workshop. Let's keep this top area like that because I like the little tile look. But down here would look mighty nice if I had these on it. It just looked like I just turned my wall into whatever it was. This looks very gray, but I promise these bricks will be turned into some other color. This is definitely going to have to be like a multi-part thing because there is no way. I'm going to have to do like math or something to figure out what else I can remove to get more build space. Once I decorate it though, it'll definitely look a lot nicer. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but I swear the sunlight showed up and disappeared within the same amount of time that it was there. Like, it was nighttime for like an hour and a half. The sun comes out for 10 minutes. And then it's nighttime again. Like, I already can't see. So I don't know if it's still all kinds of buggy on stream with the dropped frames, but that last update really messed this up. My head is hurting from the amount of frames that have just been all over the place. Why does that look so smooth with the concrete flooring? That looks nice. And also, I got these. I've wanted to use them so bad, but I never used roofs. I kind of like that. I'm gonna make that work into something. I'm glad it looks good for the most part. I tried to go into Wishland at the beginning, and I started getting a headache really fast because I was having dropped frames, and when I looked over at stream, even though it said I was having great connection to everything, it looked twice as bad on stream as it did to what I was actually playing as. I saw a few people too on the forums for Once Human were saying the same thing. Something about it messed up frames, and I don't know. That is not the right thing. There we go. I don't like the little orange brick for those. I have been streaming long enough, and I am tired of the headache that these jitters are getting me, so I'm probably going to end the stream for now. I do appreciate you watching and talking. It's like the first person other than my wife that has actually joined in to talk and watch my stream, so I really do appreciate it. Thank you. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one too. Anyway, bye.